Whether you're sewing, decorating, or crafting, finding the right fabric for your project is super important. But where do you start? So Chelita McDuffie, founder of That's So Creative, is back with us today to share how you can find the perfect fabric this weekend at a special event. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome back.
Thank you. It's
so
good to be back.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so when it comes to fabrics, what should we be looking for before we actually purchase?
Yes, so the first thing you want to focus on is what are you actually needing it for? Okay, so when you think about if you're going to make a dress or if you need some jeans or something like that, you want to make sure that the fabric that you get caters to what you're actually making.
Okay, so making sure that it holds up after we're done with the project, right?
Yes, for sure.
No point in spending all your time on it if it's just going to fall apart. So you have some items on the table today. Can you help us understand the difference between each fabric type and maybe what's better for what?
Yes, so first, fabrics is kind of divided into kind of two categories. You have your wovens and then you have your knits.
Okay.
And then you also have your natural fabrics and then your synthetic fabrics. So here I have just some satins, we have some jacquards, some chiffons. These are for more dressier items. And then you have kind of your linens, your rayons, and your cottons. These are your natural fabrics here.
Got it.
Okay, and then moving over to our knits, and then you have some fabrics here that are twill as well as like wools.
Ooh, so this is more of like, this is heavy.
Yes,
this is
exactly.
Definitely heavy.
More
And like you said,
weight.
this is more fancy, and this right here is almost for our everyday, the cotton and the rayon.
Exactly. Yes, and so basically you want something that's going, if you want something that's going to flow, you want to make sure that it's a lighter weight fabric. So something like a chiffon or a satin will be better for that. If you want something that's going to hold more structure, you want a heavy or mid-weight fabric like a denim or something like that.
So let's talk then seasons and how that ties into fabrics, right? Because I'm assuming that the ones over here are wool ones. Those are more for fall and winter. But I mean, we can even wear a chiffon in winter too, right?
So
if it's thick enough.
So you can wear, the good thing about chiffon or just dressier fabrics just in general, a lot of times you may have a lining under.
Okay.
So then that's another way to kind of just make sure you have more layers. It's just making sure that your items are lined. But then for spring, summer items, you want to wear something that's more breathable. So that'll be fabrics like the rayons and the cottons and the linens.
Got it.
And then for fall, winter, you'll have your heavier weights. So that'll be like your twills or your wools. And then for your knits, you can actually wear those in any season.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know what? In Texas, though, you be careful wearing wool in the summer. All right, so fabrics seem to come in handy for a lot of different things, but they're not always cheap, right? To make sure we get those fabrics. So tell me, because you have an event that's coming up that's going to actually help people out. Tell me more about it.
Yes, so tomorrow we actually have what's called the DFW Fabric Swap. And so the idea of the event is, one, to help people to de-stash, but then also to save money. So basically you drop off fabric, we count it, and then we give you a voucher for how much you bring. And then you come back to the event tomorrow, and then you can use that voucher to shop new to you fabrics.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay, that sounds awesome, actually, because you save a little money, right?
Exactly.
And fabric stores are really going through a tumultuous time right now. Some of them are closing. It's hard to find the fabrics that you want. So this is the perfect event to get that done. Now, my next question for you is, because I'm not a sewer, but there's probably someone out there who can actually work the sewing machine without messing up. So can you give us a few examples of projects that we can do with each of these types of fabrics?
Yes, okay. So again, these will be for more of your special occasion wear. This fabric here, this is an organza and kind of a mesh blend. And so we have our dressier items here. Then for your cottons and your rayons, you may do lighter weight clothes. So like skirts.
Almost like your skirt
so
you have on today.
This skirt is 100% cotton.
Did you make that?
No, I did not make this one. And then, your twills, you may have something for suiting as well as your wools as well. So
very good. Okay, well, those are actually really cool projects. Any tips that you would give someone if they're maybe trying to start out and they don't have all of the best skills in the world? What maybe is the best fabric to start with?
So I would definitely say start with cottons.
Okay.
Yes, and start with fabrics that have a tighter knit.
Okay.
So you may kind of notice that some of the fabrics fabrics here, it may have more fraying. Kind of stay away from fabrics that may fray a little bit more because they may be a little bit more difficult to sew with.
Exactly.
I wouldn't start with something like a chiffon because they're super lightweight, also more slippery, so harder to sew with. So definitely cottons is a go-to.
Cotton is the way to not mess up, or if you do, for it not to be noticeable. Chelita, thank you so much for being here and for giving us a few details. Now, this on your screen right now is the details. If you want to support what's happening tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., we've got that fabric swap happening at the South Dallas Cultural Arts Center. The event is free, you guys. All you have to do is go to their website and make sure that you purchase a ticket. Now, that's for actually early shoppers. So if you want to get in there early and beat everybody, that's where that purchase comes in. And you can find all of the information at that'ssocreative.com and click on the DFW Fabric Swap tab.